Yours will really come my way. Every day seems a little longer. Every way love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love from me? There you go, baby. Here am I. Will you left me so I could sit and cry? Well, golly gee, what have you done to me? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Love you like I do.
Again, and welcome to Cars and Us, another edition of Cars and Us. We took a little trip, about an hour or so away, out to Seacaucus, New Jersey. We were invited out here by Perry friends, and the Cruising for Kids cruise out here at a little bit past the Meadowlands out in Seacaucus. It's called Harmon Meadow. Harmon Meadow. I had it backwards. That's all right.
That's all right.
Perry,
Thank you for
welcome to
coming.
Cars and Us, and it's a pleasure for us to be out here. We're early on in the evening. This is a real nice cruise you got going out here.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming. I'm glad you found it, because you guys came from the far side of the world.
Well, you know what? Your directions were very explicit, most explicit. I anticipated probably an hour and a half, but in all reality, and driving at the speed limit, we made it in maybe an hour, possibly less.
Good.
So it was very easy.
Yeah, because you're driving against the traffic this time of day. All the traffic's coming out of the city. You're going in the other direction, so good move on your part.
Well, yeah, I must admit, we were out here pretty early because we did want to stop and get something to eat out here. And speaking of something to eat, this complex is really great. I can't tell you enough what I think of this setup. You go to a lot of cruises and maybe you get a pizza place, or one other or two other facilities to eat.
Mm-hmm.
But here you've got everything. You've got a hotel that holds 1,500 rooms. You've got a Holiday Inn out here. You've got Chili's. You've got what is the upscale restaurant?
We've got a whole bunch of restaurants.
Red
Right?
Lobster.
We've got TCBY, we've got Outback, we've got Red Lobster,
Right.
We've got Bonefish Grill, which is somewhat upscale, and there are also restaurants inside the hotels themselves which are available to everyone. But we're in Harmon Meadow in Seacaucus, New Jersey.
Right.
This was developed by our host, Harts Mountain Industries, going back to about 1982, when the first phase of the development was constructed. And since that time,
It's all right.
we've had continued success here, continued to grow. We now have about 1,500 hotel rooms here, probably in the neighborhood of a dozen name brand restaurants, 3 million square feet of office space, 14 movie screens, and assorted recreational facilities. We just had a Walmart open up in the back of the property. So we've got a little bit of everything here, and we get a lot of families that come down because of that. It's a place that they can eat, a place where the kids can go to the movies if that was their choice, A place where if the people don't want to stay here, they can either sit in the restaurants or even shop. So it works out very well. We've been very lucky. This is our 4th year, and despite the weather this year, even this year, we continue to grow.
Right. Now, this lot is a pretty big lot. About how many cars can you fit in here?
Using 1 car per space, we could probably get about 240 cars in this lot.
And I'll bet on a good night you fill it.
We've had close to 200. I think our best night was about 180 plus 3 or 4 dozen motorcycles. So we've come real close.
Yeah, this is the perfect perfect location for cruise. The music in the background, if the viewers can hear it. We got a little bit of the Golden Gup selection, and we're going to talk to him after. But right now, we're going to continue on with your cruise here. Obviously, we're from New York, so we're seeing cars out here that we don't really ever get a chance to see because of the distance they won't travel up to us, you know. But so this kind of is a little bit of a diversity for my show because this is what I look for, you know. The cars that the average person is not going to see.
Right.
Again, the location. With this hotel, as we mentioned earlier on off camera, this would be a beautiful site to have like a 3-day car show.
Right.
Because you have the hotel right here.
Yeah, we've considered it. We also have, that I failed to mention, a convention center, about 80,000 square feet in the complex, where if we had to, either in conjunction with an outdoor car show, we could have indoor entertainment,
Right.
Or even in the off months, we've talked about doing something like a motorcycle show.
Right.
Or a car show indoor in the wintertime. So it's under consideration. It's in an early planning stage, but definitely under consideration. No question.
Now, speaking of entertainment, you have the GUP here every week, and you do bring in the bands and the groups and everybody that's around the local Jersey area.
We've been very fortunate. We met up with GUP in our first year 4 years ago, and he's been with us ever since. Plays my kind of music, a lot of great 50s and 60s stuff, and
for sure.
Stuff that's not come out from the closet in many, many years.
Right.
Really great stuff.
Right.
He brings along with him tonight his rhythm enhancers.
Right, that's a little group that he has.
Jan and Bobby. Jan is the bass fiddle player, Bobby the drummer, and Jan also sings, and make sure you hang around to hear that.
Oh, definitely.
Okay?
We're going to be here for the
Because
duration.
This girl has a voice you can't believe. We've also brought in a group, a local group called Sharp Edge. 3 great guys who play a lot of Rolling Stones and things of that era. 3 guys who make the sound of about 10 guys. They're absolutely outrageous. We're very lucky to hook up with them. Through the GUP, we had Bob Shannon and
Right.
Bobby J here this year. Trying to get them back again before the end of the season, but that was absolutely an outrageous night. People started to show up that we didn't recognize, but when I found out who they were, it absolutely blew my mind. Gary Lovett showed up. Joel Katz, local, showed up. Herman Santiago, and Frankie Lyman's Teenagers showed up.
Right of Fools Fall in Love.
Right, and Dickie Herman. So we had quite a night that night, and halfway through the night, at least 3 or 4 of them were up at the microphone jamming away. It was a beautiful thing. Totally unexpected, unrehearsed, but that's the best stuff you get.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we're looking forward to that happening again. We had a group here that GUP introduced us to called the Soul Shakers. 9 guys who are a 50s, 60s, mostly Motown cover group that was written up in the New York Times about 3 months ago. As one of the most up-and-coming groups in that particular phase of music. And fortunately, we were able to sneak that in on a night that it didn't rain.
Right.
But excellent performers, very well received. They had people literally dancing in the aisles that night.
I'm sure.
And we're loving it. We're getting more and more of that type of stuff every year. And everybody who comes is very positive about what we've done with the music.
Well, we hope we can promote on our end over New York, let people know that you're out here, see the cars that are out here, and help give you a little bit of exposure, and hopefully, well, I know we're ending the season now, But for next season, we'll try and get some of the New Yorkers out here.
That's great.
And let them know that what you've got out here is really exciting. And the cars right now they're pulling in are beautiful. So we're going to get a chance to go over before the sun goes down. It's getting dark earlier on. So we're going to get some interviews and talk to some people and see some of these beautiful cars.
Yeah, make sure you talk to some of these people. These are some of the finest people you've ever met in this area. This is a great group. Friends have been formed here over the past 4 years. Groups of people look forward to seeing each other as much as the car show. And everyone has another story for you, as you know.
Well, I'm looking forward to finding that out.
Good.
Perry, thank you so much.
Dennis, thank you for coming.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Okay.
I want to introduce to the viewers out there in New York State that have not been out to Let East, have not been out to New Jersey, the quintessential DJ, the foremost authority on 40s, late 40s, early 50s rhythm and blues and the old real rock and roll music. Very famous out here, the Golden Gup. He also has his own radio show out here. We'll talk about that afterward. But Gup, it's a pleasure seeing you out here. Didn't expect it.
No, I didn't either. This is a grand meeting of the forces.
Last we saw you was at Let East.
Right.
And we go out every year. As Richie, my partner, told you earlier on, we go out Let East every year. Look forward to you doing your show.
Thank you.
And your party afterward.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun. You definitely add a tremendous value to Let East.
Well, we have a lot of fun there.
You are, as I said before. I mean, I'm only telling the facts. I mean, you are basically the foremost, the most authority.
Well, at least we've got the parking lot end of it covered and the Saturday night bit. But I've enjoyed Let East ever since day one. Didn't miss any of them. Went to the first one at Flemington, and I think it was 82, 83, and by 86. I was working full-time with Terry Cook, on Saturday night endeavors, and then it grew into the late thing you see in the parking lot, and now it's just kind of taken a leg of its own.
You've now grown into, as I said earlier on, and we will talk about your radio show. Now, I'm really not sure if we can get it. I haven't tried, and I'm sorry to admit that I haven't tried.
You've got to move, man, if you don't get it in your neck of the woods. MTR 1250 AM covers basically northern New Jersey and points east, especially during at nighttime. We have to change the signal. It goes from Morris County, central Morris, out to sea. And in this area, unfortunately, it's dark. There's a bunch of signals we have to protect, so we broadcast north of here, and you can get it on the Cross Bronx and into Western Long Island.
Okay,
yeah.
can we get
Just
it in
barely.
Can we get it into Westchester?
Westchester, you can get it into Westchester. I've caught it on the other side of the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Right, that's what I'm
You
referring
can catch it into Connecticut Turnpike, a few miles south, southern end of the Connecticut Turnpike
that's over in
as
Greenwich.
well. Yeah, just below Greenwich. Not for very long. We just kind of trickle in there.
Right.
But basically, our power signal is about 2 to 3 miles west of here.
All right, now.
Yeah.
And
over that way, not
night,
too good. But over there, yes.
What night and what time? And it's every week, right? So
Well, my day show is Monday through Friday from 1 till 4.
Okay.
And Friday night, the Doo-Wop show runs from 7 to 10.
Okay.
That's Doo-Wop Drive, which is a specialty show. It's a lot of fun. A street corner definitive doo-wop, group harmony, rhythm and blues.
Right.
And during the Monday through Friday from 1 to 4, it's the normal rotation of music that they have on the station, which is 50s, 60s into the 70s. Yeah.
Let me ask you, I've got footage of you, a lot of footage that I've aired of you out at Let East. I took footage while you were doing your job, out at Let East, of which you've never seen. But fortunately, the viewers that I have in my area and everything have seen it, so I have made you somewhat known out there.
I'm grateful
without
for the
your
ink
without
and the
your
lens.
knowledge, without your knowledge.
it,
But you
Dennis.
know what? It's good. But let me ask you very quickly: what got you into? You're astonishing at your knowledge. What got you into this music?
Well, if
You're not that old.
I'm only 52,
Right.
so I got this all secondhand. I have to say I learned a lot of it from listening to CBS FM like everybody else did. And then I got to meet some great jocks over the years, most recently Bob Shannon, good friends of mine, Frankie C., who's, I think, the most knowledgeable guy in this music by far of anybody I've ever met. He's a dear friend of mine. You pick it up wherever you can, and you learn it from the people that come up and ask for music, tell you things about artists that you didn't know. You can't know it all, so you try to get it wherever you can.
I think between you and Ronnie I.
Ronnie, there's another one. Ronnie's got wonderful taste in music, and of course,
Unbelievable, and the collections.
when it comes to UGHA, Ronnie's the guy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, that's our music. Richie and I, my partner behind the camera, we're a little bit older than you. We do go way back. I mean, we go back to the late 40s and the early 50s when the transition came from rhythm
into
and
rock
blues,
and roll,
gospel, and into rock and roll, and that's really what I guess we're purists.
Well, unfortunately, there are fewer and fewer places you can go to hear this music until they wise up. The passion hasn't died. It's just the Madison Avenue approach to the radio stations and the marketing of it. They automatically assume that anyone under 50 is not interested in this music. That's not true. That's not true.
Well, it couldn't be farther from the truth.
Well, we show them that every Thursday night here.
We have the money to spend.
Got the bucks, got the passion. It's
they're going to come around one of these days.
Listen, another plug if while we're here, you're out for hire.
Absolutely. And you can swing by on the computer, goldengup.com, or you can jump on the telephone, 800-362-JUKE, which is 5853, and I will do anything.
All right, what I want to do is get a card from you after, and I'll post it up as we're talking the interview.
All right,
and we'll have a little video of that and give everybody all that information.
Terrific.
So they can find you, wherever they may be, whether it's New Jersey or, Connecticut.
Anywhere we will
go. My show is aired in Connecticut, Long Island, and Westchester County and Dutchess County. So, I mean, I have quite a diverse audience.
Super. Well, have fins, we'll travel. We'll go in.
That's it. Gup, thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Look forward to hearing your music tonight. One of the nicer cars out here is a 1944 Deluxe, and it's owned by Sal DeCanto. Sal's a regular out here. He's from New Jersey, but also we spoke off camera, and he's also a collector. So we're going to welcome Sal to Cars and Us.
How you doing?
Sal, pleasure meeting you out here.
Same here.
And nice, like I said, this 44 is really, really nice car.
Thank you.
Let's tell the viewers what you got here.
I picked this car up a few months ago, came out of California, and I was always looking for a 44, and I finally came across one. And I got a few other cars. I got a 36 Ford and a 37 Buick and a 40 Packard limousine and a few other cars.
That's the one out in your collection. You said that's out in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So we got to take a trip out there.
Yeah, and I got a Willys too that I'm in Jersey City right now. That's in the garage. A 39 Willys pickup truck. It's a gasser. It's been sitting for over 25, 30 years, and I'm gonna finally bring it to life.
That's going to be a prize collection.
I think so. It's a rare car. There's not too many around, and it's mostly all steel with a glass nose, and I'm putting a big block in it.
How long do you think, I don't know how much work you've got to do on it, but how long do you think before it'll be finished?
I hope to do it within a year, hopefully get it on the road. And I do mostly all the work myself. I used to have a body shop for over 20 years, so basically I'm going to do everything except for probably the interior.
Now, let's get back to this 40 Ford. What's in here?
This has got a 350 in it. It was done quite a few years ago out in California. It's got a 350 trans with a 350 4-barrel on it. And the interior was changed. It's basically a resto rod with all stock on the outside. And the drivetrain was changed with a stock front end, and it's got a Chevy rear in it.
Any new technology features, options?
I just put electronic ignition in it and a couple odds and ends. I changed the valve covers, and I did have some problem with it recently. I just got it back on the road. It was cutting on and off on me, and I thought it was the fuel pump, but it turned out to be the ignition switch had a short in it, and I just changed that, and I got it back on the road.
Sal, what's the transmission in here?
It's got a 350 Chevy in it. Auto. I'm getting a trans built for my Willys. I'm going to put a 700R in it. I'm going to get it all worked out for the whole horsepower.
That's a whole different car.
Yeah. That's a different one, but that's my favorite. One of my favorite ones that I hope to get done this year. And the other one I have is a 37 Buick, and I got the 30 Chevy and a 58 Chevy too.
Not a convertible.
No, I used to have a convertible when I was a kid, 58, white one with 348 3 deuces, and I sold that when I was young, and I finally got another one. It's a 2-door hardtop Impala with a 6-cylinder, which is rare, which nobody wants, but was special order back then. But I'm going to probably put a big block in that.
Yeah, well, I had a 58 too. Mine was blue.
Yeah, this one is too. And blue with the white top.
That's what I had, yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite cars, 58.
Great car. Well, you know what? We're going to have to take a trip. Maybe winter project. We'll take a trip out here during the winter, and Richie and I will come out and see your collection. And I'd love to get a look at that Willys.
Sure, that there is all apart now. I got sections in one place and in the other place in the garage, but basically I'm going to start bringing everything together on that. But in Pensy, I have everything in the garages. I got about 8 cars up there all laid out in the garages sitting. They're not restored, but they're all in good shape, solid cars.
Well, Sal, it was a pleasure meeting you out here. Nice car you got here. There's 40 Ford. And we'll be looking forward to coming out to Pennsylvania. I'll give you a call. You gave me your card, so
Very good.
Hopefully we'll see you again.
Yeah, give me a buzz anytime.
Will do.
We'll ready to talk to you. And
One of the cars over here that probably has the most history to it because it's documented is this beautiful 1962 Chevy 409. And it's a former race car. There's the time slips he still has from Englishtown that it raced out there in the 60s. And I have the owner and his granddaughter, I guess, Dan? Granddaughter and Danielle. Hello, Danielle. Okay?
Yeah.
You, I see you're out here enjoying these classic cars?
Yep. They're very nice. I like
Do you know what you're looking at?
Yep.
Your grandfather tells you, right?
Yeah.
Danny, this is a great car. We talked off camera before, and it's really, really nice. It's near and dear to me because I have, like I told you, I got a 63. Okay. So, you know, it's kind of a favorite. I was always a big block guy, not only a Chevy guy, but I love the big blocks, you know.
Right.
And whenever I get a chance to see something like you have, and that's got some history to it, you know. Yeah. I mean, you see them around, but you don't really see the ones that are still around from the old drag racing days.
That's right. That's right. They're very rare.
Yes, definitely.
Especially the 409.
And I see, like I said, you've got the documentation. You've got the time slips.
Time slips,
you know,
yes.
From Englishtown, you know,
Right.
back in the 60s, which was it's a great and still is a great track. You know.
Yes. Yes.
But you don't race the car anymore.
No more. No more. This is just for pleasure. Go to car shows, take the grandkids, and have a good time.
You have to understand, I don't know exactly where I am, but you got to tell me where you're located out here.
We're in Seacaucus, New Jersey.
Okay, well then that's okay.
We're right by the Lowe's movie theater, right off of Route 3.
Right.
And that's they have a show here every Thursday night.
Thursday. Yeah, we did an interview with Perry, who runs it, and I spoke to him 2 days ago, and he sent me directions, which was real easy. We come from Westchester, New York.
Okay.
And over the Tappan Zee Bridge, and I got to tell you, I thought we were in for a ride, and I thought we were going to, you know, maybe get a little bit lost. We didn't make one wrong turn. His directions were explicit. We got here, Richie was driving maybe 55, 60 the speed limit. We got here in an hour or less. Right. What a prime location this is.
Yes, it is. It is. It's very nice.
Now he says he can hold about 250 cars here. It looks like you got this lot full.
Yeah. They usually do. They usually fill it up. The weather's nice, you know.
Oh, it's a beautiful night. Perfect. You know, especially we're heading toward the end of the season now. Yeah. Let me ask you, do you do any other car shows or cruises?
We went to Let East this past weekend.
Oh, did you?
In Parsippany, New Jersey.
Bad weather.
Bad weather. We had one good day, which was Sunday. It turned out to be a real nice day.
Yes,
and
I know.
A lot of people turned out for the show. Yeah. We had a great time. Yeah. We were there Saturday, but you had mostly all indoor activities.
Now, did you take little Danielle with you?
No, I didn't. No, she was doing other things with her
school
dad.
Work, I hope.
Yeah, well, right before school. But she was doing things with her family.
That's
with
good.
my daughter and my son-in-law.
She missed a great show. I mean,
right,
you know,
right.
Let East is number one.
Right. Next year she'll go with me.
Oh,
Definitely.
That's good.
Definitely.
Well, Danielle, you're in for a treat.
Yep, I am.
You got to look forward to that. You got a whole year, but you got to look forward to that.
Yep.
You got to make sure you get all your work done before so that you can spend 2 or 3 days out there.
Right.
Yep, I have to.
But she enjoys going to car shows.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a great hobby. You know, it's a great sport. Sometimes it can be a little costly, but you know what? You've got your car. It's done. You've put your money into it, and now it's what it is. It is.
That's right. That's right.
But it's like I said, it's a great car. It's an original car. It's a matching numbers car,
yes.
And you've made the only change that I noticed, and I asked you, was the original tack, and you said that went to sleep.
Right. That's right. That's right. We changed the tack, and that's it.
Well, Danny, great car. It was a real pleasure talking to you.
Thank
I got to tell you,
much.
really nice. You know, you got a nice car. Hopefully, we'll do something in New York, and I'll give you a call, and we'll get you to bring your car out to what we're doing in New York.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Be good, Danielle, and do good in school now.
Yep.
Behind me is a 1957 Chevrolet, and although it's not a Bel Air, but I have the owner, Johnny Bel Air. John, welcome to Cars and Us.
How are you?
Pleasure
Thanks
to
for
meet
having
you
me.
and be out here in New Jersey.
Oh, it's great. It's great. It's a great show here.
So
You got
it
the
is.
gut behind the music, and it's rock and roll every Thursday night here.
And speaking of music, before we get into your car, I understand you're a DJ.
Yes, I am, and I pretty close to what the gut does.
Stay over here.
I do, you know, a lot of the rockabilly, a lot of swing, a lot of bebop, a lot of.
You look like a bebopper from the 50s, man.
I
you
love
know?
it. I love it.
Tell you.
I love it. I don't like anything about today's stuff except going back
Well,
in
you know,
time.
you know what? You're in good company.
Yeah, I know. I know.
This is Richie behind my camera. This is my partner. This is our music. You know, we go way back.
It is. You know what it is? I think the music, and I saw you over there before talking with the Gup, it ties in with the cars.
Oh, absolutely. Richie and I started this in New York way back.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
you can't
absolutely.
beat it. I mean, when you have the
Absolutely.
music blaring and you got the cars cruising, it's fantastic.
I would bring in a cappella groups,
Yeah.
the girls, guys. As a matter of fact, not to bore the viewers because most of them know it already, but I have a lot of groups out here, friends of mine that are a cappella singers.
Do you really?
Oh, and they come from southern New Jersey to where I'm in Westchester.
Okay.
And they come to my cruises and my shows, and they're great.
Yeah,
I mean,
well-
I love them. You got a lot of great singers out here.
I have a close friend, Ronnie I. I'm sure you know who Ronnie I is, and I go back a long time with Ronnie.
Let me cut you short, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you a little story here, a little bit of trivia. Obviously, you go to Let East.
Oh yeah, just came back.
All right. Well, let me tell you, my buddy Richie Galanick, behind the camera, is the one that brought Ronnie I to Terry Cook and brought the music
Really?
with the cars.
Yeah, I've been doing
There's
it.
a little bit of trivia.
Matter of fact, I got my car at Letty's in '85 at the William Patterson show, and it's been a love affair ever since. And it's the greatest show on the East Coast. You can't beat it.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't beat
You
it.
know, absolutely. Like I
know.
said, there again, it goes to prove that the music belongs with the cars.
It does. It
You know,
does.
that's
Absolutely.
what we grew up with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you look around. I mean, everybody has one thing in common. Here, or whether you're in Let East, it's just the friendship of coming out with your car, seeing what you did all winter long, all summer.
I have to tell you, John, although you don't know too much about New York and Westchester County, coming out here is a real treat, and I'll tell you why. Not because we're not known out here, but you know what? Everybody, from when we drove in, they said hello, hi, how are you? They had a smile on their face.
Sure.
They don't know us from Adam's House Cat, but you know what? They were very accommodating, very nice. Talking with all you guys that I have so far with these cars, you've all been very receptive and made us feel so much at home. But I got to tell you, it's very different here. I wish I could say the same thing in Westchester. In Westchester, we've got some clubs and some organizations out there that are horrible. They run horrible cruises. They've turned the cruises and the shows into business. It's all about money.
Yeah, sure.
Most of them are all a bunch of wannabes. They don't know anything about the music. They don't know anything about the cars. They bought their cars turnkey. So I don't even bother with them. I don't promote them. I don't have anything to do with them. I just as soon take an hour and 15-minute ride out to New Jersey and meet with you guys and see these cars that we don't get a chance to
Well,
see.
that's great to hear because you know we do our best. You know, we figure, you know what? Back in the day, it was cruising, hanging out, and we try to just keep it the same way.
And the girls.
Yeah, the girls are always there. They'll never leave, you know.
Johnny, this DJ business you have, you don't have your own radio station at all, do you?
No, I don't. No, I just do private parties and stuff, 50th anniversaries. Everything is strictly just the old stuff. I play nothing new.
And what name do you go by?
Johnny Bel Air Promotions.
Okay, and how does anybody get in touch with you?
Usually word of mouth. A lot of the people who know me through all the years. Well, yeah, we got my email. I got phone numbers.
Let's tell the viewers.
Johnny Bel Air Promotions at Revan 1957 at Verizon.net.
That's your email.
And, yeah.
You have a website?
And, no website. I have enough work right now. Sometimes I got to turn it down.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Good for you.
I enjoy
Good for
it.
you.
I enjoy it. I try to just pace myself because, you know what? I'd rather be cruising in a car.
Good for you.
You know, so I was doing some car shows, and I just needed to stop that because I just want to be with everybody. I want to hang out. I want to just do it. So when I feel like I want to do a gig or two, I do.
I could tell you're a DJ. You're very personable. You're very professional, and you're just very upbeat.
I try to stay that way.
John, I can't tell you what a pleasure.
Oh, it was great.
You're a fun guy,
I
and
appreciate
whatever
you
we can
talking
do
to
to
me.
promote you out in New York, we'll certainly do it.
Keep coming
you know?
to Jersey. We're all
We'll
ready for
definitely
you.
will.
Very good.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
John.
much.